If I could start over how I clean the data for my directory, this is what I would do, because after spending several days cleaning it, I ended up going back and doing this anyways because it's more thorough. You start by just uploading your file. I'm going to upload a 9,424 row data set, and it has automated the data cleaning process as much as possible. It automatically identifies the answers to its questions. You just have to review it. For example, I can see that it's associating the word road and parking with keywords associated with hiking trails, and that's not true, so I'm going to remove them. And it highlighted in red what it wasn't able to answer. So here it wasn't able to answer what irrelevant data keywords might be, but I know that things like stairs, steps, and city tend to be associated with data that is not a hiking trail, so I'll add those. I do want to identify duplicates, and I do want to remove data with less than 10 reviews, but I want to make sure that there will be at least 5 pieces of data in a 10-mile radius. I do have a column for phone numbers, so I'm going to check it for any blatantly incorrect or incomplete phone numbers, and I'm going to format all phone numbers to make sure it's consistent. And I don't have an email address column, so I'll select no. I do want to put the name column, so the names of the hiking trails, in title case. And I also want to make sure that there are no extra leading or trailing spaces. So now that all of that looks good, I'll go ahead and submit it. It's currently completely free, so I can clean my data. And I'm not going to cut anything. This is exactly how long it takes. In just a few seconds, it was able to identify 8,551 pieces of data that need to be reviewed. So I'll come over to phone issues, and I can see right away that this medium priority row has a phone number that's incomplete, but because it's a hiking trail, I don't necessarily want to delete an entire row just because it has a bad phone number. Hiking trails don't really need phone numbers, so I'm going to choose to clear the cell. And in doing so, it will remove this phone number, but it will keep the rest of the row. And I can see that the rest of the rows that were flagged in the phone issues category is just because they don't have a phone number. So since that's not a requirement for this data set, I'll keep all rows and move on to the next issue, which is going to be irrelevant data removals. So when I look in it and I look at the reasons, I can see that it's because it has city in the name. This one's because it has steps in the name or stairs in the name. And just lightly glancing over them, I don't see any glaring issues, anything that was flagged for deletion that shouldn't be. So I'm going to go ahead and delete all. When it comes to duplicate removals, it uses the coordinates that are found either in the dataset or in the Google Map link, and it identifies trail names that have similar names that are also close by so that it knows for certain it truly is a duplicate and not on opposite sides of the country. Not really saying I need to double check too much. I'm going to trust it and delete all. And finally, we have chronological filtering, which is going to be removing data that has less than 10 reviews unless it would leave less than 5 pieces of data in a 10-mile radius. So once again, this is something that I'm going to trust it, so I will delete all. And in just a couple minutes, we deleted 1,279 rows of data, leaving 8,145 rows of data that has been thoroughly cleaned. The first time I cleaned my data, I used Excel, and it took me several days. And at the end of it, I just rage quit because I felt like I was deleting so much good data and I still had all this bad data. So it wasn't working. It wasn't meeting my needs. And this website absolutely does. Not only is it way faster, but I have confidence that my data is actually high quality now, which is so crucial for directories because if your data is not good, why would anybody use your website? So I hope you find this helpful. It has made a huge difference for me, and I hope it has a similar impact for you in your directory development journey.